Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. We now have our first trailer for Ghostface in Mortal Kombat 1, and on top of learning a lot about Ghostface, well, we'll get into it, but Ghostface has gone above and beyond what I thought, because Ghostface isn't just Ghostface. We also got some classic Mortal Kombat characters returning in Ghostface's stead. But on top of all the Ghostface fun, we also have some previews of some upcoming balance changes for Mortal Kombat 1. I'm assuming the balance patch will drop with Ghostface on November the 19th. A couple changes are in this very trailer, otherwise we're just going to do that at the end of this, so I'll timestamp it. But hey, Ghostface, pretty cool. Let's rewind to the start. So out of the gate, just like the classic Scream movies, Ghostface isn't just one person, there's multiple. And so the Ghostface Prime, if you will, is indeed the Woodsboro slasher, like the character from the Scream movies. The other Ghostfaces, though, are some characters that haven't been around in Mortal Kombat in quite some time, but we'll get to it when they show up. Now, on a space level, isn't Ghostface just some guy with a knife, just a regular guy with a knife? Like, yes, but you can get pretty creative with it. As you can see here, one of his specials is calling on his phone, and then another Ghostface comes and just kind of jabs you in the back real quick. And for one, the phone, it's era appropriate. Kids, you might not know what that looks like, but trust me, that's a phone. But I like the idea Ghostface is just very literally calling for help. Also, thanks to the combat cast, we do know it has multiple versions. So you can delay it so it becomes like a launcher. You can launch combo from it, easy do, right? And also, if you want to enhance it, spend some meter, it becomes a command grab. And hey, maybe it's just a dude with a knife, but multiple dudes with knives can kind of mess you up. Appropriately savage. Also, they're running very hard with the theme of multiple Ghostfaces. Like, if you want to break it down to base functions, this is just a classic Mortal Kombat style teleport, right? But the way it works in game is the one Ghostface runs away, and then the other Ghostface comes and attacks you. Kind of normal Mortal Kombat style teleport, sure, but it's cool. Also, there's multiple versions of it. Ghostface can kind of disappear then reappear in place, or he can do a fake out without the attack, and then while you're guarding or whatever, he can throw you. Now, next move is really fun, because it threw me for a loop, because my first thought was, wait, Rambo? But no. So yeah, Ghostface can fight a lot of the match on his stomach, right? And just kind of crawl towards you and just stab at your feet and stab at your legs while they're on the ground. One of the hallmarks of the various Scream movies is, I guess you would call it incompetence. So many times when Ghostface is like flailing and stumbling around trying to kill any various given person, right? And this is very much meant to evoke exactly that. Ghostface not exactly a highly trained martial artist, right? From there, we get some nice just hacking, stabbing motions into EX teleport. This here is a launching hit throw, which juggles the enemy, so you get combo potential after the fact. Good ground bounces. Goes for a throw, and notice the flash here. That's very important, because now we're switching Ghostfaces. We're going from Ghostface Prime to a Mortal Kombat Ghostface. This will be very important later in the trailer, because it's a core concept of the character, stances basically. Now, more strings, the EX version teleport we mentioned earlier, where you just start really shanking the crap out of the opponent here. Like, that could be a fatality almost in and of itself, almost certainly a brutality. And notice there's that flash again, meaning we have now switched Ghostfaces. Many of the moves that have multiple Ghostfaces on screen at once, you can switch over. So once again, now we're one of the Mortal Kombat Ghostfaces. And when we're a Mortal Kombat Ghostface, you know, a lot of things are the same, but certain things can be different, like fire kicks. You might be like, I don't remember flaming roundhouse kick from the movies. And hey, maybe a new Scream, I don't know, but it's because this isn't the traditional Ghostface. This is a character from the Mortal Kombat universe. And first up, one, Frost can now detonate her ice wall, so that's a cool buff. And second up, which character? Well, we get a good idea here. So both of the extra Ghostfaces we know are Mortal Kombat characters, and they're also specifically Black Dragon members. And I only know one Black Dragon member with fire attacks, and that is Cobra. If you don't know, Cobra is basically Mortal Kombat's answer to Ken Masters. Very fire-based, karate-styled martial artist. And here we go, that is our Ghostface. When you stance switch to a new Ghostface, a Mortal Kombat Ghostface, you still have the base moveset, but you'll also get additional strings and additional special moves like flaming kicks. Not a full-on stance character necessarily, but think of it like a temporary power-up. You're just a slightly better version of Ghostface for a bit with some new moves. Like this shoulder tackle here, and when time's up, because it's a time-based stance, they exit screen right, and the original Ghostface comes in for the rest of the match. Another Ghostface move here has a just command run, just running at you with the knife held up. Very appropriate for the films, like there's no tact or grace here. And from the run, you get quite a few options. So here you can see he's kind of like eviscerating Sindel. That's a command grab. But you also have multiple options. You can go for like, say, a mid-strike or an overhead, or you can go into the command stance. So now more gameplay. We can go into a string here, into our hit throw launcher, juggle the enemy, and now we're going to see that stance switch again here. So do the teleport, EX version, and now we're a different Ghostface. Notice that the knife is not quite the same, right? So what does this mean? Well, it means now we're a different Black Dragon member. And who could it be? Well, let's see. We got big old butterfly knives attacks. Okay, that's one hint here. Okay, so we get a bounce here, and now, wait a second. Throwing knives and the infamous Kano ball. Well, it's got to be Kano, right? Well, no, not quite. Big knives and Kano balls. Well, my friend, that's not Kano. That's Kira. Kira was kind of like a mix between Sonya's and Kano's movesets back in the day. And just like Cobra, another long-forgotten Black Dragon member. So now with these two reappearing, in the wise words of one Jarek,
"The Black Dragon live on!"
You love to see it. Like, you like seeing a franchise have such respect for its long history. So into that, we go into a combo, a little bit of a juggle, and we're going to see the Fatal Blow. One, it's a full screen tracking Fatal Blow, so that's really good. And hey, two Ghostfaces, right? But then you get nabbed by the third one. Because once again, it's Ghostface, Cobra, and Kira. It's a three-person act. Now, what they do here, I'm rolling the dice here because I might get hit by the demonetization ray on this one. But, yo, stab with knife you expect. Then, something unique we haven't seen before. How about just ripping your hand in half? That's grody. You know what? And since I'm already rolling the dice, just let the fatality play out. I'm not going to give any commentary. Just watch.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
Fatality.
See you soon.
So they directly address the complaints. He's just a guy with a knife, right? Yeah, but he's a guy with a knife in his own special franchise that's very referential, right? So referring to the commentary, to the criticisms in the fatality, I think is a masterstroke. Like, I randomly post this on Twitter and like, hey, this is cool. I think it's like 10,000 likes in 2 hours. That's insane. I think people like this one quite a bit. And that's Ghostface. And of course, more characters to come. Ghostface does come out November the 19th, specifically. Now, I've been at this long enough. Every guest character always gets criticisms and complaints. But then again, every guest character always seems to hit it out of the park. They have done very well. Like, they always do well with the guest characters. But this one specifically, given it's just a dude with a knife, right? I think this actually has just been done fantastically. You still get to work within, you know, the traditional fighting game framework. You know, knife gives him big normals. He has teleports technically, but it's all within the context of the movies and how everything works. Multiple ghost faces. They turn multiple ghost faces into a pseudo stance character, like a temporary stance character. And then those ghost faces are characters that haven't been around in a very long time. Like the last time Kira and Cobra showed up, I guess would have been Armageddon. That was like 2006. So that's almost 20 years ago. Gives me hopes that since technically that means Kira and Cobra are playable, right? That one day Lord Su Hao can make his triumphant return. Anything's possible, right? I guess. But yes, so on top of this, once again, I think Ghostface is legitimately just a home run in terms of like gameplay design. We'll have to see. Maybe he's garbage, low tier. I don't know, right? We'll figure it out when he launches. But I did promise you balance patch stuff. So in the combat cast, they did mention some upcoming balance changes, of which one of this is what you're seeing right here, in that Frost can detonate the wall. I think that's really cool. Homelander, maybe one change of many, hopefully, but a forward 4, the gigantic mid-screen reaching low, that's special cancelable, now a mid. Up block is now a lot better against Cyrax back 2. Ashra can now stance switch in the middle of a combo spending bar. You don't have to manually do it, which makes stance way more useful. That's a very, very interesting change. Also, watch this gimmick with the wall. Side switch into cross up over. Like, I just like that. That's cool. Garrus now has an EX command grab, of which you can apparently just call various cameos and assists from. So that's gonna be interesting. Age of Garrus, the grappler, maybe. Because if you get big boy damage off any given grab, it's gonna be pretty terrifying, honestly. Hey, peak Mortal Kombat 2 Katana skin, by the way. Look forward to that. Also, Serena gets another new move. A lot of the cameos are getting all new stuff, right? So she's getting a buff zone that gives you, the player, meter, like while you're actively on it. Also a damage buff too. So damage and meter, that's a pretty damn good combo in any given fighting game, right? So Serena getting a lot more useful. That's a lot more utility. Maybe she's due for a comeback. Smoke can now do vicious vapors in the air. So that's going to be interesting. Also apparently bounces as well. So new combo ability, new routes. There's going to be a lot of new stuff. Sub-Zero buffs? Never thought you'd live to see the day, right? So Sub-Zero, they're changing how EX clone works and how slide works. So slide now just pops up, and EX clone can freeze multiple times per combo. So that's very interesting. The base slide is still there. You just have to hold the button. If you hold the button, then you get the spear ender, and it just ends the way you always did before. And not just character buffs, how about game buffs, right? So Mortal Kombat 1 is joining the crew of Replay Takeover. So if you've ever struggled with a mix, you didn't understand how to deal with it, like especially say Cyrax, given the example, right? You can now go in your replays, take over, and figure out what the right solution is to get out of the mix or whatever particular setup. Great quality of life change for the game. Very happy this is becoming kind of standardized because this is a fantastic feature. So new character, big patch with some interesting changes. Once again, this all goes down November the 19th. Look forward to it. I know I am. Ghostface, of the 3 guests of this season, was like honestly the one I was looking forward to the least. I'm a Conan guy myself, but consider me sold. I was not expecting much, and now I'm excited. So they did good. That all said, though, my friends, that is indeed the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Mortal Kombat.